Hey y'all, so for my third on-off assignment, I decided to go to the Portland Japanese Gardens. I attended a couple weeks ago. It was a really awesome experience. I got a cool picture. It's on my outline, but it's of a sand thing that they made with rakes, and they have like a rock formation in there, and it was super cool. And so, a little backstory on the Portland Japanese Gardens. It was built in 1963, and the former Japanese ambassador to the United States came to Portland, and he experienced it, and he said it was the most authentic Japanese garden in the world outside of Japan. And it's located in Washington Park in Portland. If you're not aware of where that is, that's right over where the zoo is, if you've been able to go over there. And this was my second time at the Portland Japanese Gardens, and it was really beautiful. It was just so much to take in, and felt like we couldn't see everything, even though it's a condensed space, which I felt was interesting. There was so much, and it was also beautiful, and it was just a phenomenal time. In terms of cultural awareness, my response to this work was one of amazement at the beauty. It was put together in a way that felt very much oriented towards the viewer, and it was put together very well. You could tell that there was lots of time and effort put into it, and it was done with lots of care. The main messages I got from the art were like promotions of peace. Japanese art and culture often promotes peace and tranquility in their art, and I felt this message within the art. And the whole gardens felt very serene. It felt very calm. Felt very peaceful. It just felt overall very welcoming and very calm. Coming in, I didn't feel I had too many assumptions about the work, because I had been there already. So I sort of knew what to expect. Um, in terms of a cultural worldview standpoint, the biggest worldview I see is that it promotes Japanese ideals, such as the concept of the wabi sabi, which is the artistic philosophy of both tranquility and simplicity, among other things. Super popular in Japanese culture, and there was also a focus on the worldview. There was a worldview on the focus of the geography of Japan. You could tell there were some formations that resembled like Japanese trees, and like I said, there was a sand art piece that had the Japanese islands in rocks, and then the sand was put together in a way that just made it all come together. Um, and as stated prior, the primary tradition that was found within the art was this idea of peace and tranquility, and it's revealed through a simplistic art form. Um, this piece altogether reveals Japanese cultural values, which values community through peaceful ways, as compared to American culture, which is much more individualistic, but often art is more chaotic or aggressive in a sense. But this felt very serene, very calm. In terms of a worldview and artistic practice, the art was created in a few different ways. As I said prior, there was sand with rakes and rock formations, but there were also water features. There were a couple of koi ponds, which I thought was a really cool touch, and there's also shrubbery and other bushes and greenery that just looked really beautiful and amazing. Um, and the art was just felt very unique and very culturally centered. In terms of the practice of empathy, it was harder to see myself within this work. It felt very culturally different to what I've experienced in my past. Even though I've been to the gardens before, I didn't remember a ton of it, but it still felt different to me. But I can see myself in the simplicity of the art. I find lots of beauty and like simplicity of certain art pieces. And this art challenged me to look upon other cultural art with an open mind to learn more about other cultures. Thank you.